Hey kids, I was reading the new Chimera cards. I think they form a really cool resource loop, so I wanted to play them, but couldn't think of a deck off the top of my head that was okay that it's normal summon, and didn't really care about the fusion lock that wasn't exactly Labyrinth. So instead of doing the smart thing and just waiting until I thought of one, I just threw in 20 hand traps, because deck building is my passion. For our first game, we'll be going up against Pure Morphtronics. They have lost the die roll, but we've drawn 3 hand traps, which is great. They're going to start with Gadget Gamer and I Ash. I probably should have impermed this, but is what it is. They're going to summon Telephone from hand and Gadget Hauler from deck. They're on 2 Gadget Hauler, by the way. And they're going to Converter to trade this Hauler out for Selfon, which we will Ghost Warner. They're going to go ahead and Telephone for 3, set 1, and scoop it up. Don't play Pure Morphtronic. Next up, we'll be playing up against Altergeist. With a 14 card extra. Why? Was it so hard to think of a 15th? Was access code not something you wanted to deal with? By the way, I can't wait for when this deck stops being the flavor of the month on Edo Pro. I hate it so much. Anyways, we've opened Mirror Swordsman and we are on the play, so we're going to go ahead and normal summon Mirror Swordsman, tributed off summon Baphomet. Baphomet here is going to be able to add Chimera Fusion and Gazelle. We're going to activate Chimera Fusion, fusing into Chimera. We're going to trigger all 3 of our effects. We're going to add back, we're going to summon back the Mirror Swordsman, add the Cornfield Quaddle, and then hand loop our opponent during the end phase. We'll add back Chimera Fusion, then activate it for Chimera the Illusion Magical Beast, then pitch Quaddle for a Mirror Swordsman for next turn. We're going to go ahead and bridge from Baphomet through Ghost Warner to an Effect Veiler, and during the end phase, they'll lose a Metaverse. Wait a second, what is Metaverse searching? Oh, I see, we're having fun. Anyways, they're going to normal summon Malwisp and then use Pukari to make Hexgia. Pukari adds itself back. They're going to set Manifestation Protocol and pass during the end phase. Baphomet is going to be summoned by Chimera. They're going to Ash Baphomet. That's fine. We have the Mirror Swordsman. We're going to normal summon Mirror Swordsman and activate the effect. They're going to Manifestation for the Malwisp. I grab Baphomet. Baphomet is going to activate. They're going to Protocol to negate. That's fine. Hexgia activates, but we're going to Ash that one, and then Chimera Fusion is going to add itself back to hand. Baphomet will be switched to attack. We're going to punch in with over the Malwisp, set it to 0, then punch in again for 35, then punch in for 14 with aim low so we can actually remove it from the field, and pass turn. Our opponent is going to concede. And now, to face off against a real deck, it's Rincess. They've opened pretty sketchy. They're going to normal summon Piscalis with no effect, and normal summon, then Link summon Sea Angel. Seeing that line, I go ahead and imperm the Sea Angel because I know that their hand is probably really dodgy. They're going to set Called By. I don't know why they didn't set imperm. And pass. We're going to normal summon Gazelle. They're going to Veiler. Unfortunately, we don't have the other half of the fusion, so Chimera Fusion isn't going to do much. I really should have led with that, but it is what it is. We're going to activate Gazelle and then Chimera. They have the Mourner and the Called By to negate both, though. We're just going to go ahead and walk over the Sea Angel, and that's the turn. They've still got that imperm. They're going to know. Oh, Blue Tiger was off the top. Of course it was. We're going to Ghost Ogre that because I don't want them to get anything on the field. I don't want them to keep cards on field. We're going to add back the Chimera Fusion so that way I can at least do some amount of bluff setting with the cross out and the Chimera Fusion. They're going to normal summon another Blue Tang off the top. When you're good, you're good. They're going to mill Spring Girl, make Blue Slug. Blue Slug is going to add back a card, and they're going to add Piscalis to hand from Blue Tang. They're going to add Seahorse, summon it, then summon Sea Angel. Sea Angel gets them to Battle Ocean. They're going to make Splash Mage. Splash Mage here is going to bring back the Spring Girl. They're going to make Coral Anemone. Trick the Spring Girl, mill and Nibiru. They're going to activate Battle Ocean, then bring back the Splash Mage. That makes Aqua Argonaut, which will be equipped with 3 guys. They're going to walk over Chimera and pass during the end phase. Chimera is going to reborn Baphomet. Baphomet here is going to activate. They're going to imperm. We're going to cross out calling imperm, so we are able to force it through. We get Gazelle and Chimera Fusion. We are going to activate the Chimera Fusion. That's going to force out the Aqua Argonaut, and then the set Chimera Fusion forces it through anyways. We are going to assemble our chains so that we can chain block whatever we need to with Chimera. We add Cornfield Quaddle. Then we'll get Mirror Swordsman, add back Chimera Fusion, and then activate Chimera Fusion, fusing with the Mirror Swordsman into Chimera. We'll take some damage, but it'll be set to 0. Then we'll punch over the Coral Anemone to negate that as well. And during the end phase, Piscalis is lost from our opponent's hand. They're going to upstart in a hand trap deck. Curious. We will chain Chimera for Berfomet. Berfomet is going to add Gazelle because we are only on 2 Chimera Fusion. They're going to make Coral Anemone, and we're going to go ahead and Ghost Mortar that, so that way they aren't able to activate the effect unless they summon another one. They're going to make Blue Slug and then trigger Blue Tang, which is going to hit nothing. They're going to add back Seahorse. They're going to take 2,000 because they're link summoning Coral Triangle. They're going to equip 3, summon the Seahorse, and for some reason they walk into Chimera, and then they'll make Great Bubble Reef. They'll equip 3 more, and I draw an Ash Blossom. I'll Ash the effect to draw because I don't want them hitting a hand trap. We're going to normal summon Gazelle. Gazelle is going to grab Berfomet. Then we're going to add back Chimera Fusion, activate Chimera Fusion, making Chimera, then activating in sequence all of our effects, and our opponent will concede. I don't think I should have to tell you that this is not a good build of Chimera, but it is extremely funny when it all comes together. An Illusion Magical Beast can take over a simplified game state. I don't think this is strong enough to see success in the TCG, but I'm excited for it in Rogues format, and I am extremely open to being proven wrong as time passes.